Welcome back. I'm joined by Championship correspondent Pascal Lemire to preview Saturday's clash between Nottingham Forest and Millwall. Pascal, starting with the away side, 8 games without a win now. Poor form.
They are really struggling, and the thing is, the sides above them are starting to play a little bit better. Rotherham got a recent win, Leeds as well, so they're now 5 points from safety. It's a long way to go for them now. And obviously, they played in midweek as well at home to Reading, and the 0-0 draw. I think when Ian Holloway looks back on it, he'll probably say it's not the worst point because they had a man sent off, quite early on in the second half. So still, but it was a big game for them at home to Reading, who are down sort of in the bottom half with them. So big game for them. Obviously, another draw for them, and they are really struggling. Obviously, like I said, 5 points from safety. He's trying to sign players. Ian Holloway's brought in Højveld on loan, and I think that's a decent signing at centre back. He sort of lost his way at Southampton. A couple of seasons ago, he made a lot of appearances in the Premier League in Southampton, and he was at Norwich, and they since cancelled his loan because he couldn't really get any game time there. But I think that's a decent signing. Obviously, they signed Cowan Hall as well from Wycombe, who in December was the League Two Player of the Month. But he sort of struggled with injury in his first couple of weeks in Millwall, but came off the bench against Reading, so he came on and he'll probably start this game. He could maybe be an encouraging sign, but Holloway wants to do more business, and it looks like he has to because at the moment his side, they just don't look quite good enough to stay up. And like I said, with the sides above them winning, it's a long way to go now. 5 points from safety. Wigan and Blackpool behind them, equally struggling. So at the moment, if there's one team that looks like it might get out, it probably is Millwall, but there's a long, long way to go for them.
The Forest obviously in as favourites at home, but they're struggling as well at the moment.
They are. It's 5 defeats in 6 for them, and they're now 13 points off the playoffs, down in 12th place. They're still in the top half, but from where they were at the start of the season, it has been a bit of a catastrophe. You look at why they're doing it, and it's hard to explain why. It's basically the same team that started the season. I mean, Andy Reid, he's been injured. He was a key player for them, not just for his play, but for his sort of leadership on the pitch as well. But he suffered a recent setback. He was meant to return from injury this month, but it now looks like he might not be back until March, which is a huge blow for them. Obviously, it looks like there's changes at the back as well. That he can't quite work out his strongest defence. He's now gone for De Vries in goal instead of Carl Darlow, and Darlow was considered one of the best keepers in the league, and obviously he's on loan from Newcastle this season after they signed him. They're going to lose him at the end of the season, but it does look very unsettled. Obviously, last time out they played Fulham at Craven Cottage. Tough place to go, Craven Cottage, and they conceded 3 goals in the first half. McCormack with all 3. They came back in the end, got 2 to bring it back to 3-2, but they couldn't quite get a point. But they are really struggling. Like I said, 13 off the playoffs now. This season, it does kind of look a bit over. You wouldn't expect them to go anywhere near the bottom 3, but likewise, 13 points is a massive gap if they're going to catch the top 6. So Stuart Pearce, it'd be interesting to see if he survives the whole season. If they don't start picking up more wins, it wouldn't surprise me if he's fired before the end of the season.
So it's vital for Pearce, vital for Forest. Can you see him picking up a win here?
I do. I think Millwall, I think Forest are much better than Millwall in this game, even though Forest, they've been out of form themselves. Millwall might make it quite difficult for them, but I'm going for a 2-0 Forest win.
Also going for a 2-0 home win.